Hello everybody, this is the Vikstrand coming to you from Seattle once again. And today we are going to talk about Gremlins 2, the new batch. What is better than a sequel that truly outclasses the original? Well, a sequel that outclasses the original and mocks it at the same time. This is Gremlins 2, the new batch. What you gonna do, Gremlins, when these Hulkamania Pythons runs wild on you? So we have a media mogul who wants to build a huge building in which it will be the most high-tech and most amazing building of all time in downtown New York, where all his shitty TV shows will be able to reach all its gloriness and all its wonderful potential of being utterly underwhelming. There's just one little thing that stands in his way, and that is of course a bric-a-brac shop owned by some old Chinese guy. Well, his goons goes there and tries to convince him to sell, but he doesn't want to sell. So they do what all evil land developers and media moguls have done in TV shows and movies since the beginning of time. They wait for him to die and then they take over the land anyway. What? This movie has less credibility than Fast and the Furious 8, I'm telling you. So anyway, sometimes later, Josh, the bank guy from the first movie, along with Phoebe Kate, his boring girlfriend, they work there and they're trying to cope with all the high-tech stuff they have there. But Josh is also courted by the much hotter and much more interesting redhead chick, also the voice of Corbin Dallas' mother in The Fifth Element, as a little side trivia for you. Oh, she is just so wonderful. Of course, the old guy in the bric-a-brac shop from the beginning, he's of course the owner of Gizmo, the original Gremlin, aka the most gorgeous and cute thing that has ever been created by man, computer or otherwise. He shows up. Unfortunately, somebody got him wet. Though not like that, you pervert. The research center does try to figure out what to do with him, but he escapes, and some zaniness later with a drinking fountain makes him go, oh Jesus, I'm gonna have to. Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, monorail. After some drinking fountain shenanigans, the Gremlin starts popping up once again, and they're gonna take over the building, and now we have our movie, I suppose. Odd thing that is going on here, but because when I reviewed the Another Stakeout movie a couple of months ago, I said that I saw the sequel before I saw the original, and I thought that the sequel was better than the first movie, and this is the same thing in here, and most people seem to prefer the original, but I prefer the sequel in both cases, so they have something in common. So there you go. It should be mentioned that the original was a horror movie with a lot of comedy in it. This is a comedy with some thriller elements sprinkled sort of out here and there, so it's a totally different feeling and it's a totally different movie. Now with that said, I think this movie is great because of a number of reasons. Mostly because it mocks the intention of the original movie. The three rules they had, don't feed them after midnight and, go get them wet and something else. I can't remember what it was just off the fly right now. But they mock this mercifully and they find out all these wonderful loopholes and it's all, yeah, I love that when that thing happens. Bird. The thing I love most about this movie is probably all the creativity they have created for this one, because they got the brain gremlin who is really smart, and they have the mentally challenged gremlin who is completely off his chart, and we have of course the sexy gremlin, who is sexy, I suppose. It's really weird. So they have all this creativity which they feed upon us. And all these gremlins are taking over these shitty TV shows and run rampage across the building, and soon the entire building is completely overflown. So what are you going to do? The movie focused more on the gremlins than they focused on the human characters than in the original movie, which I think is a good call to make. Cough, Transformers, cough. But what is truly great about this movie is how insane it is and how much insanity they crafted into this one. We will, however, get to later why this is a little bit of a thing that doesn't benefit this movie as much as it could have done. But I'll say this. This is a cozy movie. This is not a laughing out loud comedy. This is a cozy movie. You will just have the greatest of times with all this zaniness and the silliness and all this funny stuff. But I would have liked them to go a little bit even more insane about this one, because if it feels like they saved it just a little bit. They said, no, okay, we stop here, we don't go any further. And I'm okay with that, but I just felt that you could have gone 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 steps beyond this one and created one of the most insane movies of the decade. And nobody would have minded. Maybe this is the reason why it wasn't the box office success that the original one, and maybe that was the reason we didn't get Gremlins 3. That is a thing that we have to think about for a second. But to me, this is sort of a slightly forgotten classic. If you just reach out and meet Joe Dante, halfway, you'll be all right. You'll really be all right, because this is a really fun movie. All the sequence with the Gremlins is great, and when we cut back to our human characters, they're okay. We're okay with them. They're not the best characters of all time. They're okay. If you've never seen a Gremlins movie, I would suggest almost skip the first one and just go straight to this one with, the small bits of knowledge that you need to understand, the ideas about Gremlins. It's also, I must mention that it's really fun that they have Christopher Lee in this one. And true to his character, Christopher Lee doesn't survive this movie. Rest in peace, Christopher, you were the greatest, by the way. The violence is a little toned down, but that's okay, and the scariness is a little toned down, but they weren't too good to begin with, so I'm all into this movie. So whether or not you should see this movie is really up to if you want to have a good time at the movies or not. And it also contains one of the greatest fourth wall jokes of all time. It's one of the most unexpected, most insane, and one of the most well made I've ever seen. It straight comes out of nowhere. Gremlins 2: The New Batch is a truly great movie, and you should definitely see this one. I'm gonna give this movie the rating of 76. It is a fun, insane, and really entertaining time at the movies. Yeah, this will be the last time we'll see me in Washington State. Tomorrow, we will head somewhere else. Where will we go? Well, stay tuned to find out. This is the Week Trend, signing out.